Perhaps you also have a bunch of fabric leftovers that are not big enough for a full project, but you also don't want to throw them out and waste that beautiful fabric, so you keep folding those scraps and storing them, hoping to find a project that fits them. Well, this is exactly what happened for me as well. My fabric leftovers are now staring at me and I need to find projects where to use them up. So I've been looking on the internet for cute, fun projects that I can make, but also I want those projects to be very, very practical. I found a bunch of ideas and today I want to share these ideas with you as well. Hopefully it will inspire you to work through that leftover pile. So the very first project I want to show you is my favorite one because it's novelty bags and I adore novelty bags. In fact, I recently celebrated my 36th birthday and the only thing I wanted was this adorable hedgehog bag. Now it is not handmade, but it is very beautifully made and I got it on sale, so it was very, very good price. And now every single time I wear this bag out, two things happen. Someone wants to touch it because it's just so adorable, and also I keep staring at it, analyzing and thinking how much fun it would have been to sew a bag like this. So it happens, one of my favorite pattern designers, Waffle Patterns, just recently released two adorable novelty bags, one for the piggy bank and one for the rubber duck bag, and both of these patterns are absolutely adorable and hit just the right spot on cuteness and practicality. Now this particular designer also has a penguin and a whale bag patterns that are equally cute, and the thing about the novelty bags is that you don't have to sew them fully from one big piece of fabric because those bags are made from small details, so it's perfect for using a bunch of random fabric scraps you may have laying around. And it's also an accessory. It's a fun accessory. You can have fun with it and mix and match different fabric prints and different textures. So these two novelty bags are definitely on my to-do list, and I will link these patterns and also all other patterns I'm going to mention in the video in the description box down below so that you can check them out as well. Now speaking about novelty bag, there's also this fish crossbody bag that recently went viral, I think, because I've seen a lot of them on social media and it's very, very adorable. And again, it's perfect for fabric scraps because you can mix and match random fabrics to get that truly, truly colorful, beautiful effect. This pattern maker also has bags for ducks, chickens that are also so adorable and truly fit the same theme as the fish bag. So if this is your vibe, definitely check out these patterns as well. But also the beauty about the bag making is that you don't have to use exact pattern. So this is a bag I made recently because I had this butterfly bag pinned on my Pinterest board for the longest time. So I just drew the shape of the butterfly, made slash lines which give volume to the bag, then cut from the denim leftovers, cut the lining, sewn, add bunch of rivets, added the drawstring, and this is basically it. I created the drawstring bag from my Pinterest idea. So this is just an example how to use your fabric leftovers for creating a novelty bag without using a pattern. This is something you can make yourself. This is something you can have fun and also create a practical, useful item while also working through your fabric leftover stash. Now, the second idea that I also already made is belt. I think that belts are just the right project for fabric scraps because you don't need a lot of fabric. Again, you can mix and match and make your own custom belt. So in this design, I again used some Pinterest inspiration. I didn't use any pattern because basically what I did, I cut a long strap of denim leftover fabric with slanted edges, then cut the same one from linen fabric. Added the loop, added a bit of top stitching, and the beauty of this belt is that it uses no hardware, which for me the biggest problem when making bags or making belts is finding the right hardware, and this particular belt design does not use any hardware, so you can definitely make it at home just from fabric that you already have laying around. And this belt will take you less than 1 hour to make, so definitely you can cut it and sew in one evening while also working through your fabric leftover stash. Now the third idea is kind of a mix of both first ideas, and I've been eyeing to make these functional belts slash bags. So I recently went on the trip and I needed a bag to hold my phone and some keys, but I didn't want to wear like a traditional bag, and I wanted a bag that is kind of like a belt and I can wear it on my hips. When I went to the stores, the ready-made bags did not fit my vibe at all. I didn't like any of them. But when I started looking for patterns on Etsy, I did find quite a few patterns that I like. And because they don't use big chunks of fabric and they have like tiny pockets, lots of pockets, I think that is one of the projects that I can definitely make from my fabric leftover stash and create something fun, but also very, very practical. If you are too annoyed that women's pants usually don't fit your phone, these belt bags may be just the right project. On a very similar topic, I did like these gardening aprons that have a bunch of pockets. You can mix and match different fabric leftovers to create beautiful, beautiful designs. Now, I am not a gardener. I cannot use this, but my sister-in-law does garden quite a bit, and I think this would make such a cute gift idea. Now, speaking about very practical summery projects, one idea that I really like making from fabric leftovers are patchwork hats. Now, making a hat does not require a lot of skill. You don't need a pattern. You can make pattern yourself. I do have a tutorial on how to make a wide brim hat that I will link in the description box down below. And it's just very versatile item, very, very useful, something you can definitely have fun with. And if you don't want to make your own pattern, because sometimes I just want to relax without thinking about drafting the pattern from scratch. So there are definitely quite a few beautiful patterns available on Etsy, and I will link them in the description box down below. Now, another thing that I have pinned on my Pinterest board a bunch of times are detachable colors, and I do like the ones that have like color blocking effect, and I think that it adds such a lovely touch design, especially if you have like colorless shirt or blouse and you can wear that detachable color on top. Now again, this is something that you don't have to have a pattern for, and I do plan on making a detachable color myself, so I may make a tutorial for it because I have a bunch of ideas saved up that I want to try. From ready-made patterns, I've seen a bunch of beautiful, beautiful colors with ruffles, and they look so cute and adorable while also being practical and something you can make from fabric leftovers. Now this next idea, I almost don't want to share it because when I show you this, you immediately going to want to make it, and it's Robert Wood's patterns. If you have never seen this designer's patterns before, they're absolutely stunning. And the main idea behind all of her patterns is that they use leftover fabrics and utilize this fabric remnants. So those designs are created from small details, so you can use your fabric leftovers for that and create just stunning, stunning, beautiful designs. Some of my favorite sewing creators on Instagram have made her patterns, and every time her patterns pop up on my social media feeds, I immediately know it's her patterns, and they always look so beautiful and so original. So if this fits your vibe, definitely check out Robert Wood's patterns. Now these ideas are very interesting and they are practical, but let me share the most useful idea that I personally use all the time, and admittedly it's going to be the most boring idea on the entire list, but if you have fabric leftovers, you can make your own bias tape. Now I love using continuous bias tape method, and just from a tiny square like 40 centimeters on 40 centimeters you can create so much bias tape that you can easily bind the entire vest and have even a little bit of bias tape leftovers. I recently shared a tutorial on how to make a continuous bias tape, and someone asked in the comments if making your own bias tape is actually cheaper than buying, which I honestly never ever thought about before, because I make my own bias tape because where I live we have very poor selection of bias tape, like very little colors to choose from, probably because the quilting is not really that popular here, so because of that we don't have bias tape selection as well. And second thing, whenever I'm making projects I like to make the bias tape that matches my project. So for example in this vest I use the same fabric to create the bias tape for the armhole binding. So it's not necessarily cheaper than buying, but it does give you way more options because you can match it to your own fabric. You can use fabric leftovers and create really beautiful bias tape that will go with your project. I will link the tutorial I use in the description box down below. It's my go-to tutorial, and I will also link bias tape makers that I use all the time. It's one of those sewing tools that you invest once. It's not very expensive, but you're going to use it all the time. So I shared a bit more boring ideas but very useful. Now let me show you some projects that I've been eyeing that are strictly for the fun and uses leftover fabrics, and one, banners and letters. Now you know that I'm a mom of 2 young boys, so we do celebrations. We usually celebrate birthdays at home, and I want to buy the decor, but I really don't like disposable decor ideas. So what I've been eyeing to make those banners that say like happy birthday, or that the ones that can be used throughout different holidays. And I think this is one of those projects perfect to use the fabric scraps for, because the more different fabrics, the more different colors, the better it's going to look, and you can use it throughout the years and mix and match different fabrics to truly create something beautiful and something special for your own family instead of buying a ready-made item. Okay, so let's conclude the video with one of the sweetest idea on the list, and I honestly added this last minute because I saw this on TikTok and I just gasped on how cute this project is, and it's chicken pot holders. No, they're so adorable, and the more different fabric scraps you're going to use, the more fun it's going to look. But it's also something that is very practical, very cute, and uses your fabric leftovers. Plus, it can be very fast to make and a good gift idea as well. So here are all ideas that I have selected for my fabric leftovers, and I'm so excited to try these out. I hope you enjoyed the video and found at least a few ideas that have sparkled something in you to go ahead and use your fabric leftover stash. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye!